Pincurl Girls is a creation of my art. So I grew up as an artist and have always been into graphic design, and I have a professional career in graphic design, and I wanted to use my art in order to sell products. So Pincurl Girls sells products, all are wrapped around empowering girls to believe in themselves. When I was in graduate school, I was an artist, and the first day I walked into class and I was sitting by 10 or 12 different artists. And I don't know what happened, but immediately I lost all of my self-confidence. I started comparing myself to the other art students, thinking that they were so much more talented and so much smarter than I was. And I spent the next 3 years in that program beating myself up, having negative self-talk about my abilities, which were not true. And once I graduated, that pressure lifted, and I started talking to myself in positive ways. And it really changed my whole outlook on life. And so I have been taking that outlook and transforming it into these, what I call Pincurl Girls. So to take one step back, in graduate school, I would draw my feelings. So I started drawing this little girl, and I would put her on a huge sheet of paper, and she was probably about an inch, and the paper was about 18 inches tall. And it was me, it was my inner child feeling afraid and insecure. And I'd write sayings like, I wish I was good enough, I want to give myself permission to be happy, those sort of things. Like I was getting all that yuckiness out on paper. And like I said, when I graduated, everything changed, and I kept drawing the girls, but they became more confident. Instead of saying negative things, they would say positive things to me. So if I ever ran into a problem or I needed to work through something, I would draw one of these girls. And then this positive saying would come into my head and I would write it down. So, it came from that need to express myself, and then to have that voice, that positive voice, kind of steer me from that negative into the positive. And so I felt better about myself. So Pincurl Girls is really taking off right now. I have a few different avenues. One of the things that is most successful right now is I create a yearly wall calendar, and they have all my illustrations on it. And I've got 3 versions. I have one that I call diversity with different skin tones. I have a African American calendar that just has dark black and brown girls on it. And then I have a Hispanic calendar that's written in Spanish with English translations. So those products and the girls that are on those calendars also have different products. So throw blankets, mugs, those sort of household items, pillowcases, etc. And then separately to that, I have an encouraging text message. So that all came about because not everyone wants a wall calendar, and we're in the digital age. So I asked myself, how can I get these positive messages to girls every day? And it started off by me just texting myself one day during a stressful day that I needed some encouragement. And I wrote myself a text that said, Jen, I believe in you, you can do this. And when I got the text, it felt so good, and I knew that there was something there. So for the last 2 years now, I've been sending text messages out to hundreds of girls every day. And then thirdly, I am starting up some virtual art groups for young female artists, and we'll meet virtually on Zoom, and I'll be giving them creative projects. So that's the third leg. I'm very lucky to have run into and know about Maverick Venture Fund and be able to pitch my business to them. I've learned so much from the students and from Tom Chapman to help my business grow. And the introductions that I get through the group has been very valuable. I was introduced to a group of people that actually became a customer through Maverick Venture Fund. And having the actual funds in my bank account relieved all the stress there was about trying new things, because I wasn't putting things on my credit card and hoping, worrying about the debt. Like having that capital really just allowed me to try the things that I wanted to try, and gave me the confidence that I had the people behind me to ask questions and back me up. I love that these students can invest real money into real companies, because to me, it makes me feel like they're actually in it. You know, you can talk theoretically about investing and how a company grows with a case study, but actually being inside of it, listening to the company's owner, helping solve the problem, and seeing the result based off of that investment makes it tangible and real. And I don't think there's any other better way to learn than to actually do it. So if you guys are interested in seeing what these girls look like, if you want a custom Pincurl girl for your daughter or a friend, definitely hit me up. My website is pincurlgirls.com. And that came from when I was little, my mom used to put pin curls in my hair. And I would go to bed at night thinking, wow, I'm going to look so great with these great curls in the morning. And then you take out the curls and your hair is kind of messy. So it's all play on feeling positive about yourself versus your actual surroundings. But you can find me at pincurlgirls.com, and then I'm also on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. If anyone's interested in trying out these daily text messages that I send, you can sign up and use the word try, T-R-Y, and I'll send you 1 month of encouraging texts. You can be any age and any gender, and these texts will be specifically written for you with your first name. So try it out. You can find the link at pincurlgirls.com. Up on the top, it says encouraging text messages.